Hi, welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. Oh, yesterday we didn't do much of anything because, the floodgates had opened up, power kept going on and off. Um, and yeah, I just felt like it was just, too damn wet to get outside. So we didn't go anywhere. But, this beeping on my fire detector is driving me crazy. So I am going to go buy some 9-volt batteries. So let's go. Okay, 9-volt batteries. Um, Now I was listening to this lady, and she was making an assessment of all of these companies that are going out of business. Now, she feels like, well, it's kind of a conspiracy, you know, to raise prices because most of the places that are going out of business are the ones that are offering inexpensive stuff, right? Or, there are places that or there are or stores that had offered um, the basic resources, right? And I was listening to her and I was like, yeah, that does sound kind of like what people will do, right? When, we're supposed to be a society, of free enterprise and fair competition, they can fabulate wicked ideas that think that fair competition is getting rid of the competition, which, is a contradiction. Of course, it's a contradiction. You take out the competition, then there is no more competition, right? So let's go into the future. Now, after competition has been taken out, then what's going to be forced upon people is government regulation. See, this is the stuck on stupid, right? They're stuck on the superficial thing that, oh, I took out the competition, now, it's all mine. It's all mine, right? Well, not really. Because what will happen is the government will end up saying, since you have hoarded all of these resources, it's going to be the government's job now to take over and allocate these resources that you so graciously accumulated for them. Right? So, in Tomorrowland, you're going to be crying because you're going to be like, no, free enterprise. I should be able to do whatever I want to with what I have, acquired, and they're going to say, yeah, but you took out the competition. Free enterprise was set up under the basis that people would be able to compete fairly. Okay? And when the people can't compete fairly, you think that a whole country is supposed to suffer? No. No. They're going to change the laws. They're going to change the taxing system. They're going to change the assets and the resources and take them out of your hands. And I'm only saying this as my perspective when I try to look into the future. Right? Because it's not to that level yet, but when there's no free enterprise and the competition is taken out, and then the government has to get involved and take over natural resources, because a country does not want to be a country of starving people just so you could be wealthy. All right? Because they can't utilize the people who are like saying, no, we're too weak to work. Right? And you could crack the whip, or you could try to displace the homeless, and yet we're still not getting what we want as a country. And what do we want as a country? As a country, we want to be revered. We want to be strong. We want to be beautiful and healthy and thriving. Okay? So, whatever battle you think that you won, you're not going to always be the winner. Basically. The only smart thing to do is once you've acquired all of these resources, is to take a picture of you and your all your resources and assets and say, oh, see, I'm so great. And then turn around and sell it all. Because even if you don't sell it when you're like in your prime, let's just say prime. All right, we're going to call it prime. As you get older, you're not really going to be able to maintain these resources. You're going to have to pay people to maintain the resources for you. Your energy level is going to go down. That's just how life is. Your skin is going to become thin. You're not going to be able to have a thought and complete the activities because your mind is willing, but the body is not. Right? We learned that from our seniors, right? And there are a lot of seniors who, who had dreams of basically, residing in their homes, And you know, dang, there's a lot of people here. Okay. Anyway, and instead what they got was they got displaced because they didn't think it was a crime, which it's really against the law for investment people to buy residential property. It's in the law, but for whatever reason, our legislation decided to go ahead and turn the other way. Derelict of duty. Okay, let me come back.